B'siyata Lishmoa, we continue the Mussar Shmuz. Asavim Bikelim tells us a big foundation. He tells us, listen, before you wanna make people beautiful, you want to make teaching emes to people, first thing, you have to take yourself, work on yourself first. Make yourself emes, make yourself beautiful. Today, we want to moisif, and just like yesterday, we moisif extra point. We said that after you made a decision, after you work at the piece a couple of times, that today is a world of pleasure. The world today, the pleasure is the most essence today. And the job is today to get people to get pleasure. So you have to give the taste of pleasure, and then run after pleasure. So now our job is first make ourselves to get the pleasure, because then we're able to give people the pleasure. Now we talked yesterday about it. Now today we want to get the secret how you get the pleasure. Yesterday we talked about the pleasure, how you get it. Now we talk today. So we have here the Orach Chaim HaKodesh gives us a little bit we found the Orach Chaim HaKodesh. And the Orach Chaim HaKodesh, I want to build the foundation of the foundation of how we get the pleasure. So now listen very carefully. You have the negative and the positive. Listen, negative and the positive. Sur mera v'aseh tov. Why? And this is two chazals. I want to give an example that happened years ago. It was a big leader of Am Yisrael. One of the biggest leaders that exist is called Moshe Rabbeinu. And himself wanted to tell all the Jewish people, let's get out of Egypt. They want to tell him what to do. What Chazal tells us, I'm reading the Pasuk. But Moshe ben Esav v'lo shomu Moshe. I have a reading down, v'lo shomu Moshe. Because they don't listen to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is talking to them. They don't listen. Why they don't listen? Because there's something negative in a person that stops you to listen. It's called koitz haruach and avodah kosher. Comes Orach Chaim HaKodesh says, Ulai letzad shelo hayu bnei Torah lo shomu. A different. Lazei kol koitz haruach ki haTorah ma'acheves dibo shelo. Orach Chaim says like this. You know why? All Am Yisrael didn't listen to Moshe Rabbeinu because they're not bnei Torah. If they're bnei Torah, they don't listen. Guarantee. But the Torah listens. So now, this is the mafteach, the key is how to get to listening. You have to be ben Torah. It means like this, according to this Orach Chaim, if you've been Torah, you listen. You're not a ben Torah, you don't listen. So let's read the other piece on the Chazal. Why? What is this gula? What is the special quality in Torah that gets you to listen? And when you listen, gives you everything. So I want to read it like this. Ki ashmiya b'Torah itanug muflo mechayei hanefesh. Kol Chazal shimu tchi nafshechem. When you listen to the Torah, is the pleasure, unbelievable pleasure, and it makes you alive. Like it says, shimu utchi nafshechem. Is you listen, when you listen, your soul comes to be alive. Like it says, chokma techaya be'aleh, makes you alive, the person makes you alive. Now he tells you why. Because he tells you why if you listen, you're able to get chiyus and tainug. Because we said today, we need to work in the world of tainug. Ki hashomea divrei Elokim chayim. When you listen to the words of Torah, metiva nafsho, it makes you good, your nefesh. You know what I mean? What can give you a nefesh good? It makes you straight. Two things it makes you. One thing, the Torah makes you metiva nafsho. It makes good to your nefesh. You know, when it makes you good to you. I one time talked to one of the big people in the world, a rich person. I said, listen, why you want to help these people? When I help, I feel good. When I help, my soul feels good. Even it doesn't know, but I know when I help people, when I help a person, when that person does something, saves a person, helps a person, it feels good about it. So the Chiddush says here, when you listen to Torah, makes good to you. This is something very important to a person. When you listen to the words of life of Torah, it makes you good. Second thing is, we have Chaim, Mativa Nashri, makes Tov your nefesh. Metiva. And second thing he says, Umeyashrosoi, it takes your soul, makes it straight. You know, you go to all the psychiatrists and all the psychologim, all the world, you spend all the billions of all the world to make a person straight. Here tells you how to do it. When you listen to the words of Torah, Divrei Elokim Chaim, the Torah makes you good and it makes you straight. Now it gives you more. Ki, it gives you the reason why. Ki bosam chaim. The Torah is the really medicine. Really medicine it gives you. This is the real drug. This is the masam chaim of this is life. So when you have life, you're straight, you have good. Like Omer Chazal, Amor shebo mazeren elamutov. The light in it makes you straight you out and makes you to good. So you have to understand this Chazal. First, before we continue. The Torah makes you straightens you out, makes you straight. So what is the sibas or the masubah? The Samachai makes it, or the Torah makes it? There, what makes you straight? It says key. He makes the word key. What is key? Because. So why the Torah? It says like this. כי השומע דברי תורה, התורה דברי אלוהים חי, התורה מטיבה נפשו. The Torah makes you good. ומאשרוסוי. כי, it gives the reason why. כי יש בו, in the Torah himself, in דברי אלוהים חיים himself, Samachayim has the medicine of life. So this is the medicine, the drug of life is Divrei Elokim Chaim. The Torah is the drug of life. And now he's moisi for extra word. Kemama Chazal, Amor Shabo Mazeren Amutav. He puts an extra word here. He moves to a new concept. Me'or Shabo, the light of the Torah straightened you. He made a new concept. Not he made Samachayim. You have oil, light, and you have here Mativa Nafshoy Mashrosoi. So he made here a new concept. So now, see, he's building it from Chazal. Ke ma'amor Chazal, Amor Shabo Mazeren Amutav. So the Torah gives you light. What do you mean light? Let's see, understand what I mean, the light. The Gemara says, the Pasuk says, V'areshoyim b'choshech yalechu. The Reshoyim walk in the darkness. Pasuk in Tanakh. The Reshoyim walk in the darkness. V'sheket lo yucham. And not only that, v'kulam like the kegora rash, and they have no peace of mind. like the sea goes up and down. The pasuk in the Chazal, and on it says Vasheka, and they have no peace. It's a pasuk in the pasuk in Chazal. So, because this is the Rishonim, but tzaddikim have the light. Amahor Shabo, the light of the Torah, Machziro lemuto, makes you to go to the right way. You have the pasuk. You found it, was it? Was it?
It's chapter. Oh, okay.
Okay, it's another
Chapter
Chazal.
6, pasuk 9.
Very good, very good. Okay, there's another Chazal, no, very good, but it's a different malach. What do you say?
No, I'm looking at the Rashi. That's all.
But let's get to get this. So we have to get the secret of life. Secret of life is, it gives you here, listen to words of Torah. So the Torah makes you good, makes you straight. In the Torah has drug of life. And not only that, he says, it has the light in you. Amor Shabo. It not only has drugs, life has light in you. And that Amor Shabo, the light makes you the straight way. So what makes a person straight? Amor Shabo, the light of the Torah, Marziro Lamuto, it makes a person to come to the right way. So what makes a person the right way? Marziro Lamuto. It turns you to go to the right way. So what it gets? So let's make a decision. What makes a person the right way? The Torah? Only the Torah. So the Torah has, in the Torah himself, has here one quality, metiva, nafshoy. Second thing is miashrosoy, it makes you straight. Third, now it tells you in the Torah himself you have samachayim, and now he says there in the Torah you have light in the Torah. And the Mele, these two Chazal gives you metiva nafshoy miashrosoy. So basically, he only has Marzirel and Mutov is metiva nafshoy u miashrosoy. So basically, you have one subject, and basically here the subject in Torah, and you have here two predicates. It's called metiva nafshoy u miashrosoy, and one is the raya. Two rayas. One the samachai, and one is amor shavo. This is basically, according to the Sami, this is basically tells you the Olachai. But let's misakem put it in one word. Why didn't listen to Moshe Rabbeinu? Lo shomu leMoshe ki mikot tzavua avodah kosher. Says the Olachai, because they're not been in Torah. They didn't listen to Moshe because they have mikot tzavua. They have no patience. It's called what no patience. Why you have no patience? Says the Orach Chaim HaKodosh, you're not a Ben Torah. It means a Ben Torah has patience. Ben Torah has, the essence of Ben Torah has patience. How you can check a person as a Ben Torah, he has patience or not? This is a measurement. Who has a Ben Torah has patience? No, Ben Torah has no patience. Now, what the patience for what? To listen. Patience, not stop. To listen. If I don't listen, lo shoma Moshe, because kotzaruach, avodah kosher, you don't listen because you have no patience, you have no sadanut. So now, let's go back to the Chazal again. So again, why they don't listen? Could not be in Torah. How you come to B'nai Torah? How you get the B'nai Torah upon you? So now we go back again. So we said, Shashomea divrei Torah, the Torah himself gets you straight in you, it makes you good, and it says here, in the Torah Samachai, and it has the light in it. Now, I want to do the other piece of the Orach Chaim HaKodesh. Ki yashmiya b'Torah itanu b'muflo mechaya nefesh. The listening in Torah is the pleasure. Hu atanu, Mufla, like a pele. You see, not stam a tanug, mufla. You know what mufla means? Like the pele, like a wonder. Not only that, michaya nefesh. It makes a person, his nefesh, makes him alive. Like Chazal tells us, Shimu utchi nafshechem. Shimu utchi nafshechem. So now, what that means? That means like this. From this Chazal comes our Chaim and learns. Shimu, if you listen, utchi nafshechem, your nefesh will be alive. A nefesh will be alive. So now, if you have these two again, so you have here three other Chaim HaKodesh. One other Chaim we learned, the Torah Mussar makes you good, makes you straight. And the Torah Samachayim and the light and Torah. Now, this other Chaim is an extra point here. Tainug, Mufla, Umechaya Nefesh. Now, they didn't say before that, Betiva Nashon Yashrosai. The first Chaim said, the Torah makes you good. Like let's say I save a person, I feel good. I help a person, I feel good. Metiva nafshe, I feel good. Me'ashosha, here's a different thing. Ashmir b'Torah tanuk mufla. This is the biggest pleasure. Now they didn't say the biggest. Tanuk mufla, don't say the achi gadol. Mufla, it's like a wonder. Wow. And not only that, this tanuk is a pellet, like double, unbelievable pleasure. Umechaya nefesh, and makes your soul alive. So now you have here this quality, two qualities, one subject and two predicates. One subject is Shmiya B'Torah, and two predicates is what? Tanug Mufla and Mechaya nefesh. So now we have here four things we learned. One thing we learned, Torah gives you goodness, makes you straight, makes you tainug, and mechaya nefesh. Four predicates on Torah. One subject and two predicates. Now let's get to the third piece of the Orachai. Shein, the first mitzvah. Shein b'nodo margishim metikus avos haTorah. If people felt the metikus, the avos goodness of the Torah. So now we talk about another subject. Metikus, the avos. We talked about that. Goodness, me'ashrosoi, tainu, mechaye. Now is another subject, he says. Sweetness and avos. You have to feel the sweetness and avos Torah as other qualities of the Torah. The sweetness and so another subject. Benodo margishu, people feel the sweetness and the good and this arevus good of the Torah. So again, the Torah has in it the subject is Torah, and you have here another two qualities, metikus and avus, and avus, two things. So you have a basic of 6 things we learned today. The Torah has metikus, the Torah has sweetness, the Torah has arevus. Arevus is like, it's really like, it's very, very pleasure, and very arev is very tastes good. More than taste, it's arev is like it feels good. I don't know the right word in English. And another, it has tainug, has mechayed nefesh, is meitiv nafsho and miashosh. 6 things we learned about the Torah. So he says that people felt that, or they go crazy and run after it, because all the Torah, all the money will have no value. So now, after we learn this Chazal, and now like this, and now, our subject is, let's go back to the Sami Mikkel. All this is connected to Sami Mikkel. Velamanu. I'm going out to the Sami Mikkel, Vov. Velamanu, Vov. Lamanu. Look, I'm reading now the Sami Mikkel. Here, this piece. You have it there. Lamanu. Yes, Reb Chaim. Loud. Yes, I put it closer. למדנו דין איסור ולקשת אחרים טרם מקשת את עצמו. You have an issue, and a din issue to make people beautiful, to take people emes. Now we have a different quality. 6 new qualities we learned today. What are the 6 qualities we learned? Give people metikus, give people the sweetness, give people the pleasure. People get life. People want to give goodness to them. So you cannot do others before you do yourself. If you want to get people to get the pleasure and the goodness and straightness and tainug and everything, you have to first on yourself, you have to do that. You have to make cash of yourself first. First thing you have to make yourself is you have to make yourself these 6 things. When you learn, every time when you learn, you have to feel sweetness in learning. You have to feel aremus when you learn. You have to feel the Torah is the Tanug Amud for the biggest pleasure that can be. It's a mufla, it cannot be more. And it has to be, it makes the Torah has to make you alive. Mechaya nefesh. It makes you, wow, it makes me alive. Make me alive. And not only that, then the Torah has to makes you feel good. And it makes you straight. When you have these qualities in you, then you're able to give others. Then they will then you have to get people to taste it. First you have to get yourself this. So how it comes, all these 6 things we learned today, it comes from listening to Torah. Ki hashmiya b'Torah does it. Ki hashomea divrei Elokim Chaim does it. And the other thing is when you feel it. When you shmiya makes the timing, and you feel anything, it starts from listening to Torah. So really it comes down to one quality is called listening. Is called, and one word is called listening. So now, what is the word shema? Shema, you have to listen. Shema. So this all comes to one word. You have to listen. What it means listening? How you get to listen? You're learning every day. What it means listening? No, it cannot be melumoda. It cannot be the same. It cannot come out after this mussar the same, learn the same. It cannot be the same because here has to come down different. What is the new chiddush you learned today? You have to check your ears if you're listening. You're listening when,
Or ask yourself if you're a bento.
And you have to say bento. First if let's say we are bento. Let's say we come to the Bisraelish, we're already a bento. But second thing is you're already bento. You have to get these 6 qualities. And then you're able to give others. Because we learned today is the world of tanugim, the world of pleasure. Everybody's desperate. They get metikus, ve'arevus, and tainu, mechaychius and nefesh. Helping the soul, make him straight. Everybody's running like they never saw the looking for it. And they pay everything for that. And all the world is not nothing is value to that, he says. All the world will pay, nothing is value to these things. So what is our job? You have to focus on it. You have to get yourself and make a cheshbon nefesh. I'm listening to the Torah when I'm learning. I'm not listening. Or I'm not really listening. The trick is to listen. You have to ask yourself. The Gemara says, I want to give you an example. The Gemara brings a mama who is echidom. If this way, that. What is echidom? They take the Gemara and they try to apply it to themselves and try to listen what it says here. If it means this way, it means that way. It means you take it and apply it to yourself and you try to put it to what you learn, to put it to matbeas ktanas, to small money, and klaniya, to put it to yourself in your own world and your own oilam of your own world. And this comes from listening. It's listening. No one listens the same. They're saying no one listens the same way. But the chokhmah is you have to listen, and you have to try to listen what the Chazal say, and then you have to try to what comes out of it. And if you accept it, not there's Chazal, but you have to try to listen. Trying to work on listening.
I just want to add one thing. That you say there's six qualities. I see number 7 in the first Orach Chaim, because he says clearly, Kotzer Ruach is when you don't listen, because the Torah machebes.
I didn't pay attention to that. That is the Rambam. It's not a quality. The Torah also makes you a rochav lev. Mitzrayim kotzer. And the Torah makes you a rochav. It's not a quality. But the two things is no end to quality of Torah. There's no end. There's no end to Torah. Endless is sof. But we take him today in our world today, and Tafshik Ben Gimel, we have to focus on pleasure of Torah. What is our focus? On pleasure of Torah. And it comes from listening. The guy come to the Beis Medrash, all day he didn't listen to nothing. You know, I read all day, I don't listen to what I say. I daven, I don't listen. I hear Shia, I don't listen. And nothing, he doesn't listen, only himself. Beginning to the end, ani, didn't listen.
Where's my pleasure?
Mokom sheyesh ani, ein ani yochim lagu b'mokom echad. It's not Kodesh Baruch. This guy, nothing there. He never listened. Because you have to take off the ani. You have to yanova. You have to take the ani. You cannot be guy you don't go it.
Listen to Divrei Elokim Chayim.
Words are alive.
Let Hashem in.
It gives it to you. So you have to start first thing. You have to have a machniyasa. I want to listen. I want to be a kli. What is the first halacha about Eved? You take his ears. And when you take, he's a shishorma ba'al Sinai. Eved, why dafka doizen? You gotta listen. Achno, listening. Listening. Listening is the biggest one. But I'm talking about we have to try to focus on the listen. I hope, B'sata Dishmaya, this will become a pecha in our world.
Amen.
Our pecha in our world to listen. To listen. Partial to listen.
Yeah.
Partial listening. Shibi can talk, who's the one listens? You listen. You listen. My father Zechat says the moment you stand up, 30% of it when you learn you forget. Chok olam. Rosh Hashanah gives a shir. When you only get up from the chair, a piteva of the world, you lose 30%. If you don't take it and you apply it on yourself immediately, you already forgot 30%. Now you walk and this, another 10%, 5%. After 1 week, 2 weeks, what Masechta you learn? Which daf you learn? Which sug you learn? You don't remember. Because you don't put it to yourself, it goes in nichas bo'ezim, yotze bo'ezim. So it needs a lot of simas lev. When the Mashgiach of Cheskel Levenstein passed away, so the Mashgiach he passed, he said, what was Ika Avoida of his life? Samtem is Torah Eila Levavchem. This he said it, Yehuda Sega. Shiva Vimach. The main avoid they put on Lasim Lev, they put on the heart. But how you put it on the heart? Doesn't go, you have to listen. When you listen, this is the avoid, listening. But you have to put it to Matbeos Ktavis. To put it in the world of small money. It means you have to put it, oil of Amaises, pocket money, able to put it in reality, how to listen and what to listen. So, the first rule is when you want to talk, you don't listen. There's a one rule of listening. A guy comes to the shia and he wants to talk, he doesn't listen. You're not here to listen, you want to talk. I want to say my opinion, what I feel, I want to say my comments. You're not listening. You're not listening. This is the rule of not saying. The Goyim say that. This is Chochmas Olam. If you want to listen, you have to listen. You have to focus to listen. Siag lechochma. You have to listen. You want to listen, you have to listen. So the first thing, you have to able to want to listen. So you have to not to want to talk. I want to say my opinion, what I want to say, my thing I want to say. This is not the world of listening. It's the world of what I want to say. But my world. I want to put my opinion, my ideas. This is not the world of listening. What listening is to vati yourself and listen to this. To listen to Chazal. And when you learn the daf, you learn Gemara, you have to listen what Chazal is telling me. Not what I want to say about the Chazal, what the Chazal is telling me. What the real Chazal is telling me. And I want to take the Chazal and listen when it says, when you listen what the Chazal tells you, is Diva like you chayim. Diva like you chayim mamash. More you hear from the words of Hashem. How you hear the words of Hashem? When you hear from the Nada. Yeah.
First thing is before Limoy.
You have to be
Before Lamed, before even Lishmoa,
is
before you come to make it more coming, if you're not listening, you're on the ball.
you have to be Lishmoa, Aski Lishmoa.
Right.
You have to listen. Very good of the list.
Then, only in the end,
Then you're able to Lishmoa Zakai, but you have to be. But now let's talk
you're
about.
not in the listening, you're not in the ball.
Right.
You're not in the field.
So now, now he tells us, the Chazal tells us that listening, you get the biggest pleasure. You think to say, listening, I'm losing myself. Woo! I'm not talking. I'm not say my comments. I cannot say what I want. I'm losing my eye. It's a make a mistake. Yeah, there. But when you listen, so I'm giving you the secret. If you want to be successful, listen. And you will start to listen to yourself. Then Mizrat Hashem, you'll be zoiche to give others to listen. All listen. When you be a listener, Mizrat Hashem, you're able to mezake, to teach other Klal Yisrael, other people to listen. And able to other people to more Torah in the world. But the key is listening. Shema Beni. Shema Beni. Shema Beni. First thing you have to listen. Shema Beni. If you take a child, all tool of the child, what is the ikar avodah of the child? Listening to the father and mother. Shema. Listen. The first thing is listening.